Hey, we're the Winter family, and we are about to go from this to this and set off on an extraordinary adventure to experience all 50 states. Find out why right now. Hello, I'm Kristen. This is Gary, and we started the Renegade Winters because we are an ordinary family in search of extraordinary adventures. Whenever we tell people that we are about to hit the road in an RV full-time to experience all 50 states, there's a series of questions we tend to get asked. So we thought we'd spend some time answering those questions. Where did this crazy idea come from?
For several years in a row, we took a summer trip where we would rent a small RV, and our family fell in love with the lifestyle.
Well, it was really fun to be together as a family. So easy to have everything that you needed for your travels with you at any moment. It just felt really free, but also is really family-centric. And I think that's what made us fall in love with the style of travel.
We realized that we could cohabitate in a very small space and actually have a really great time. And
I don't think that's gonna work. It's your idea to bring the dog.
all of the trips were amazing experiences for us. During the second trip, we had a little inspiration as we were driving down one of the long roads to our next destination. What if we didn't go home on one of these RV trips and we just kept going?
When Gary had the idea to live full-time in an RV and extend the vacation, the idea definitely seemed wild. But I decided, why not just give it a chance? And why would we even consider doing this? What would be the purpose and the outcomes that we would be looking for? The idea started to move from being absurd and crazy to exciting and starting to feel possible.
And the more we looked into it, the more we realized that there's a whole community out there of people doing something very similar. But there's a lot of people living a location-independent lifestyle. Pieces just kept coming together where it seemed like there was no other answer other than to follow this inspiration.
It'll be 3 years when we depart from the time that we hatched this idea. And that was on purpose. We figured that 3 years would give us enough time to make the preparations that we wanted to make. And also, we thought that our children would be at ideal ages.
We wanted our oldest child to still be young enough to where she would not hate us for making her go on this trip, and we wanted our youngest child to be old enough to where he could actually comprehend the significance of the trip, and we felt like this was the window of time that made the most sense to accomplish those goals. From there, we just kept brainstorming and let it sit for a while and tried to figure out if it was too crazy of an idea to actually do anything about, and it just never went away, and it just kept... the pieces just kept falling into place for it to turn into this adventure that we're doing now. It became something that we couldn't not do. So here we are. So another question that comes up quite frequently is, do you have an RV? Well, we happen to be sitting in it right now. Early on, we felt like a travel trailer wasn't going to make a whole lot of sense for the type of travel that we're trying to do. We're trying to see all 50 states in a pretty condensed period of time, moving pretty quickly, and the setting up and tearing down of a travel trailer is a bit more cumbersome than it is with a Class A or a Class C motorhome.
Many of the coaches that are designed for families are on the smaller side, and that's fine for taking a vacation, but for our family to be able to live full-time for a year or longer, we needed something that had a little more space, and we were looking for beds that did not have to be folded down and back up every single day and night. So we were specifically looking for a larger coach that was designed for a family. But what we found is that many of the larger models are really set up more for a couple. So we were thrilled when we discovered this model. It's the Thor Aria 4000, and not only does it have bunk beds for our kids, but also the amount of storage is really well suited for living on the road full time versus just being on vacation.
Are we selling our house? Everybody wants to know about that also. And the answer to that is yes. Part of that is because we felt like we didn't want to deal with the potential headaches that come along with being long-distance landlords. And part of that was we felt like we wanted to cut all strings to our normal lives so that we would have no opportunity if in the early stages of this little adventure things get difficult, to say, this is too hard, we're going to bag this and head back home. This is home, so we're just going to have to tough it out and get through the hard parts, because we know that there's going to be something amazing beyond those.
We do get asked often how we are able to take off from jobs and work and travel the country. And I know what people are really wondering about is the money. We are very blessed that we have been able to set ourselves up financially to take a trip like this and be able to support ourselves without having any income on the road. However, in addition, we have opportunities to earn money while we travel. I have a business that I can do virtually.
I've been spending 10, 15 years of my life developing skills that can translate into income wherever I am, as long as I can come up with an internet connection. There are a lot of people living this lifestyle, doing a lot of different things to make money. You just have to be a little creative. And worst case scenario, got cardboard, we've got Sharpies, and there's going to be lots of on-ramps that we're going to be traveling by. So I think we'll be all right.
As far as education for our kids goes, another very common question, we're actually pretty thrilled about the opportunity to do the homeschooling route with our kids. Our two children are very, very different when it comes to school and education.
Very.
We believe that they are going to learn more from our experience and our travels and the things we're going to see and do in school. But we are also going to implement homeschool curriculum, and we'll be able to incorporate so many of our destinations into the educational experience for our kids.
We will be in Salem, Massachusetts at Halloween. Aren't we going to be in Plymouth at Thanksgiving? Really trying to bring history to life. We both feel that education is very important, but we also feel that there are a lot of ways to get a very good education outside of the traditional school system. So we're not worried at all about our kids keeping up and being able to experience this adventure with us.
Where are we traveling, and do we have a specific route planned out? We're going to go with the flow, but we do have destinations mapped out across the country. We are going to hit every state. I have put together a very detailed route, a crazy spreadsheet. It was important to me that we weren't just driving through a state, but really getting a chance to experience what it had to offer. I spent about 7 months researching the top destinations, as well as finding all of the unique and odd attractions that we could check out, things that you certainly wouldn't go to a city specifically to see that, but I think will be a lot of fun and really make for some of the best memories.
I mean, really, what's there to do in North Dakota?
Don't offend those North Dakotans.
Just kidding. I have family in North Dakota.
The truth is, North Dakota had the shortest list. Oh, that'll be a quicker one.
But really, we're going there, and then there, and then there. That's kind of the route.
Plus a flight to Hawaii and a cruise to Alaska, probably.
Hawaii and Alaska are not actually right here.
Geography lesson done.
We really just want to experience America. There's so much out there, and every area of the United States has a different unique culture to it, and we want to embrace that culture and have our children see that there's more to not just our country but the world.
So why did we call ourselves the Renegade Winters?
Well, we are an ordinary family looking for extraordinary adventures,
and sometimes you got to go a little rogue to experience that.
We've always been the type to dance to the beat of our own drum and do things a little bit different than what might be considered normal.
So what will the Renegade Winters channel be all about? There is a lot of great information being shared out there on YouTube right now from full-time RV families, and we have already benefited from that so much. We really just want to share our story and our perspective. Everyone is different and we can all learn from each other, and we love that community. One thing that does make our story unique is that we are not just living a nomadic lifestyle going wherever we wish for as long as we wish, but we really are on a mission to experience all 50 states in a pretty short period of time. So we will be moving quite quickly, seeing a lot of things, and we want to share that with you. Taking this leap of faith in our lives is not really about escaping anything, The fact is, we have a pretty good life.
I have a great career with a company that I like, doing something that I enjoy.
We're not trying to get away from anything that makes us unhappy. It's really more about moving to the next level. I personally thrive on variety and adventure and challenge. And so that's really more what this is about, is moving forward to experience new challenges and new adventures that are going to bring us closer as a family, help us learn and grow, and go outside of our comfort zone. Because outside of our comfort zone is really where all of our biggest dreams are.
You have to step out of your comfort zone to grow as a person, and we want to do that for us as well as our children, and give them a bigger frame of reference of the world.
People often say to me, "Oh, I wish we could do that," or "I've always wanted to do that." And one thing that's important to us in sharing our story is to inspire people that maybe it is possible. If you can learn from us and take some steps in the right direction and follow that voice that's calling you to do something extraordinary.
There's nothing special about us other than that we had an idea that we felt like we had to do and allowed it to take shape. If you have that little inspiration that just won't go away, or you have that little tingle going up your spine, pay attention to that. That's the universe telling you that there's something important going on. And that's what got us from the idea to where we are right now. We just paid attention and let the pieces fall into place.
We want to know what you want to know. What are you curious about? What would help you? Please comment below and be a part of our community. We are an ordinary family in pursuit of extraordinary adventures. We invite you to join us along our journey as we share our stories and inspirations, challenges and triumphs, travel tips and ideas. Our sincere hope is that we inspire others to develop outrageous ideas and follow the dreams that call to you. Please join our community and share this extraordinary adventure with us. Oh my gosh, really? Now I forgot what I was going to say.